Good tidings, friends. Today is a momentous day. Hey everybody, this is my Cage 2.5 Data.org level 99 speedrun I completed yesterday. Now before we begin, I'd like to point out a couple problems with my setup. First of all, I don't have the means to stream this or capture this, so I was stuck using my camera to record my television screen. The problem with my camera is that it only records in 20-minute integers, so after 20 minutes of recording, it will create a new clip. Upon creating a new clip, a few seconds in between will be lost. This wasn't a problem with my other Cage 2.5 videos, but since this is an RTA, I'm not supposed to make any cuts. The time that was lost in this battle was actually between Xemnas 1 and Xemnas 2, which even I know would seem really fucking suspicious. So, for that reason, I won't be counting this as anything official simply to avoid the skeptics. I did, however, happen to use the stopwatch app on my phone to record the numbers in real time. Thanks for understanding, and I hope you enjoy the run. So I don't think there's a particular reason I actually start off with Zaldan. I think it's just because I'm used to it. There is no RNG manipulation or anything, so... And don't mind my fan. It's really hot in that room, and I actually kind of needed it because I get really sweaty when I do this stuff. It sounds like a fucking wind tunnel, I know. Sorry about that. And here's my stopwatch. I start it right when the battle loads up. And I keep that playing throughout the entire game. So this strat is actually kind of new. I developed it this week. I used to use an older strat that was anywhere between 50 to a minute, 50 seconds to a minute. So this one will usually be between 44 seconds and 50 seconds. So it's a good time save, I think. And it's very consistent as well, so it shouldn't fail if you do everything correctly. Sometimes right there, where you saw that reflect, sometimes I'll actually have to get hit instead of using reflect simply because I might overshoot it in the beginning with the reflect damage and he'll go into DM phase. So I don't want that. This was ultimately a pretty good Zaldan battle. Pretty proud of it. It could have been faster if he hadn't gone into wind guard, as you saw towards the beginning. If he had just went straight up into the air, which he'll do sometimes, that would have been a lot faster. Not a lot faster, it would have been like 4 seconds faster, but whatever. So after this will be Xigbar. Xigbar is pretty scary because it's very easy to whiff a final form attack. You'll see what my strat is in a minute, and it's pretty hectic. And it's actually based off of one of the level 1 strats. But it's a very fast battle, but it's also very, very scary. Because I mess it up a lot. I'm also getting pretty good at menus. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I was getting really fast. And skipping cutscenes. I pride myself in my cutscene skips. And my sniffs. So I actually got the really shitty room in this one. You usually want the long room or the room with, I don't know, the other room, I should say. But this is not the room you want because his attack pattern is very random. So as you can see, I'm just fucking barraging him with final form. And I can actually kill him this way. In the level 1 strat, you can't kill him this way because you run out of drive form really fast. But because I do like maximum damage, I can just fucking wreck him. I'll usually whiff an attack because the attacks will be pretty slow, and if they go any percent slower than what I had, he'll teleport away and go immediately into DM, and that'll lose me like, I don't know, like 30 seconds or something. It's pretty bad. You can see my camera focus is being a dick. It does that throughout the run, it just kind of fluctuates. I would have done a manual focus, but because I was doing the stopwatch in front of the camera, it would have just been too much of a hassle. So right after this is Axel, which is one of the ones I made a video about. And Axel goes perfectly well. It goes exactly like it did in the video, but there is another way that Axel could go. In the beginning, instead of, you know, kind of circling around you and doing a get back, he'll just do a regular attack. And that'll usually lose me some time simply because it doesn't work in the same way. But thankfully that didn't happen in this video. would have really fucking sucked. And I've been messing up the actual cutscene skip a lot. I don't know why. It's just like I'm getting a little too trigger happy, and I just kind of click the button before I should. The thing about using a Pool's strats, which is, he's the one who developed this strat, the thing about using his strats is that it's just very, they're very inconsistent, because most of them are actually luck-based. They're very based on the RNG you get. But this one is fairly consistent. It's like a 50% chance you'll get the perfect strat, and even if you don't, you'll lose like, I don't know, 4 seconds or something. So that was really quick. The menu switch on this was pretty cool as well. I'm getting pretty good at, you know, Mysterious Abyss Combo Plus and Blizzaga. But then I gotta switch back after this for ReMIX, who's next. I gotta switch to Bond of Flame, and I gotta take off Combo Plus, and then I have to get Faraga. And the thing about Bond of Flame is it's actually in the final form slot, so I gotta get that out of the final form slot and put it into the regular slot. This is really fast. Just look at this. Oh my god. The thing about ReMIX that kind of sucks is that I don't actually have a strat for this. I mean, I do have a strat for this, but I didn't really develop a strat for this. I kind of just mimicked what everybody does to defeat this battle, which is go into wisdom form, and then afterwards I just knock them into a corner. It didn't take a whole lot of practice, to be quite honest. But it's a pretty easy battle, I would think. It's just kind of long. It's one of the longest single battles. The thing that I always seem to mess up on in this battle is the magic, because I always, if I'm not paying attention to the magic, I'll lose like a few seconds, because I'll have to wait for it to come back up. Because I use ethers, that's the problem too, is I don't have that many elixirs to just waste. So I use ethers, because they're a lot easier to get a hold of, and it's really not that big of a deal anyways. You can see I run out of drive right here, which kind of sucks. I'd like to get a few wisdom hits before I run out of drive. But I just burst right into it afterwards, no biggie. And then I'm just trying to get him into a corner, which works surprisingly well. Sometimes I'll kind of knock him around a bit before I can get him in a straight line. But that worked out pretty well. He's kind of in a corner. He's up against the wall. That's what all that matters, I guess. I like how not helpful Goofy is being right now. So halfway between the 99 one, I actually have to go back in the wisdom form again, which kind of sucks. I have to do a pause buffer. I actually don't have to do a pause buffer because it's already kind of loaded onto the file. But I do it for safety, just in case, because I know that sometimes it won't load correctly. So that was a pretty fast ReMIX. Sometimes I can lose a bit of time if he breaks out of my Faraga loop after defeating all of his water clones, and I could lose like upwards of 30 seconds, and usually by then the run is dead. So after this is Roxas. Now, I did make a video on Roxas, but I have to tell you that I freaking suck at Roxas. Like, you don't even know. The Roxas strat I have is just, I don't know, it's just so inconsistent, and it's really hard to deal with. It's consistent because technically I can react to everything he does, but it's just really hard to do, especially with that hit in the air and trying to block his keyblades. Yeah, that's really difficult. I should probably stop doing that. I should figure out a way to do this faster. So he does the attack right here, and I thought I was going to miss it because he hit me against the wall and he was too close to me, but I actually got it, and I was like really relieved. Now for the second one, I can just block his attacks, but here's what sucks. This is so stupid. He fucking just rips right through my guard. It's just like the most stupid thing ever, and then I lose a bunch of time because he goes straight into DM. I have absolutely no idea why he can just rip through your guard right there. It's so retarded. But whatever. It doesn't matter that much. I should really learn to just kind of rush him to block him, like a lot of people do instead of guarding. I should probably work on that. This is a good recovery, I think. Roxas wasn't too awful. It can go worse, is what I'm trying to say. Definitely. He can go to DM twice and it's just, oh, it's awful. And you can see my focus is being autistic right now. Really wish I had a better setup, you know, but whatever. Takes a while for it to focus back, yeah. I think it was like during one of the later battles, like Zemnis 1 or something, the focus was just awful. It wouldn't come back until I did a pause buffer, and then it finally got its shit together. Marluxia also messes up quite a lot as well. Mainly just because I forget to switch back to final form, to where it's optimal for final form at least. What I'm trying to say is that usually the drive form will like default select onto limit, so you'll have to kind of switch it back like you see there. I went right to Valor, and then I was able to switch into final form, because if I didn't go to Valor, it would have went right to wisdom form, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. You'll notice that like 99% of the battles in this fight, in this data run, are just Faraga spam. It's kind of sad, but it works out. Hey, it's pretty good. I'm pretty sure there's faster strats for all this, but I'm just too lazy to figure them out, because Faraga spam works fine, and I get pretty good time. For some reason I do a double dodge roll right there, which was weird. I should have done a quick run. It's never happened before. But I think like it was because I wasn't expecting Marluxia's battle to load too quickly. The thing about the absent silhouettes is that all of their battles load like 50% quicker than the rest of the battles. It's kind of annoying, because you have to deal with, like, you expect like the regular battles, like all of like DeMIX and Psyx, they load pretty long, but like all the absent silhouettes take forever. So here we are with Psyx. I do a 3 combo thing right there. And I used Reflect because I thought he was going to rush at me, but he didn't, because he's an asshole. So now I have to go into final form and just frog a spam until he's dead, because skill. Oh god. That's just sad. At level 99, this is just sad. I definitely get a lot of defense boosts after this. I think after this I had like 30 in my inventory, which I gave all to Donald. And afterwards, after giving them all the defense boosts, we're all maxed out on defense. Like if I showed you my defense stats, we're all just maxed out because there's so many defense boosts. I used to have a lot of problems with Lexaeus, but he's very predictable. He's probably one of the most predictable battles there is. There's basically no RNG in any of his sequence. sometimes that reflect damage will miss, and I'll do less damage. Just kind of throwing that out there. Here comes the Faraga spam. Yeah. These battles are incredibly easy just because of the Faraga spam alone. And that was the only Faraga spam I think I actually finished a combo on. I had to finish a combo so it would speed up the process. Very interesting. My foot just fell asleep, and it hurts. Now comes Xemnas. I kind of hate Xemnas, to be quite honest, just because very inconsistent. Thankfully during this fight, or Xemnas 1, I actually get the good strat, so I don't have to deal with possibly whiffing a limit form ripple drive, which probably doesn't make that much sense to you, but yeah. Look at the focus, oh my god, that's annoying. Thankfully I was able to rush him and get a full combo. I'll switch right into limit form. There we go, right back into focus after that pause buffer. So right now it's just up to last Arcanum spam. And you see I get hit right here to get back some magic with MP Rage. And then I'm just staggering him. And the battle's basically over. Got the BM skip and everything. It's pretty cool. So right here, right in between Xemnas 1 and Xemnas 2 is where the video cuts out, which is pretty annoying. You'll definitely notice it here in a sec. Ooh, that was nasty. Nothing I can do about that. It's not like a setting in my camera or anything. Kind of glad this Xemnas battle went really well, because usually if I'll get a really good Xemnas 1, the Xemnas 2 battle will just be awful. Or vice versa, I'll get a really awful Xemnas 1 and the Xemnas 2 battle will be awful. But this one was actually perfect. For some reason, I didn't point it out earlier, when he did his bind move, I actually used reflect instead of dodge roll. I don't know, I was in like habit of reflect. So he kind of rushed away, and thankfully he just got back on track and I didn't have to deal with any bullshit. And my thumbs are basically used to just reflect spam in this part. Just triangle and cross, dude, it's hectic. Like, I'm used to it. Like, in the beginning, like, my thumbs were like so sore after practicing this, but now it's just whatever. Because my defense is so high, I could actually probably start dropping inputs on Sora and I'll be fine. But Riku, he'll die like instantly. I should probably give Riku some of them defense boosts eventually. Suck at Xemnas. Tron! And you know, we gotta end it with Session, just real quick. Slice him right in half. That's how it's done. Now comes Vexen. And Vexen is another battle I hate. Well, I used to hate Vexen because I used to suck at it back when I was developing the Vexen strat. Or not developing, I was practicing the Vexen strat. It was just, I messed up a lot because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, but I think it was just it was my issue, and it wasn't like an RNG thing or anything. It was just my own fuck-ups, so I fixed it all. It's all good. Vexen's very easy. He is, again, just Faraga spam, which is great. Whoever messed up on Faraga, I envy you. You could see that I was kind of disoriented on the menu there because it defaulted to limit form again. So I was thankful that I wasn't in the habit of up cross, and like ended up, you know, messing that up. And you could also see that I forgot to revert. So I was kind of standing there really confused. Like, where's limit? Yeah, it was a drive. I forgot to revert. But yeah, I used Comet to defend myself. The thing that sucks about this part, that is really the only thing that can mess up, is Donald will sometimes die, which is really annoying. So if Donald dies, I have to use Kuraga to get back everybody in the party, and then quickly switch into final form. Which is why I pop an ether, in case you didn't notice that earlier. I had to pop an ether, just in case. So there's that. And then after this is Zexion, who is just the easiest. Like, there's basically nothing you have to do in that fight but Faraga, which is great. However, if you do mess up, he was probably the biggest time loss. Like, if you get thrown at a book world, the run's dead, like, instantly. There's nothing you can do. So he's actually able to turn Donald into a book. Sometimes he'll actually miss, and you'll just be able to go right into final form, but that's a second loss. You can see right there, like, he used that, and I think he was trying to take me into book world, so, like, it was very good that I was still transforming into final form, because I think I would have been sent into book world and the run would have been dead. Yep, it's that easy. And after Zexion, there's only two left. There will be Larxene and then Luxord. I think it's kind of stupid that I've actually saved Luxord for last, because he's the one that messes up the most. He and Roxas, I think, are actually tied on who messes up the most, but Luxord definitely messes up a lot, and it's not... I don't think it's too ideal to rely on him to finish the run, but whatever. Larxene I haven't actually developed a strat for either. I kind of know what to do and how to recover and all of that, but otherwise I haven't developed like a consistent way to just wreck her. I probably should do that. It would have been easier if she had just went right into the twin mode right there, but she didn't, because she's a bastard. And now I have to deal with one of her DMs. So yeah, this part's kind of weird. So I get like attacked, and then I like quickly scramble to go into limit form to finish it off, which is usually what I do. And then she goes into her DM. You can hear my frustration. But right here, you can just see I dodge all of those lightning strikes, like just trying to get an aerial combo on her. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen, dude. Yeah, I need to remember customize, because sometimes going into Luxord I'll forget that I need to go into the menu and switch my customize. I've made it in this run so that basically all of them that use DP don't need customize. I've developed my strats like that, but Luxord is one of them that needs to switch the customize. I need Blizzard and Thundergun because you couldn't see it because it was blurred. I'm kind of trying to motivate myself because Luxord messes up so much. Luxord, like, I had a perfect run going once, and then Luxord just, like, was just awful. I messed up on the first reaction command, which is, like, the worst time to mess up on the reaction command, and then, like, everything went downhill. Like, I had to deal with, like, 2 DMs, and it was bad. I was so mad. I'm getting a lot better at these reaction commands, but the reaction commands are still pretty random as to whether or not they'll speed up or slow down at different times. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with it right here. I like to not deal with the reaction command as much as I can, but this is where I mess up. Yeah, this wasn't a perfect Luxord. I lost, like, I don't know, like 20 seconds of time right here. Something like that, I don't know. I'm quickly rushing to get damage on the card so my drive will run out faster. I destroyed those cards, by the way. It's pretty cool. And then I get back on track. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with another reaction command because he'll just start throwing cards at me over and over again. Makes it easier. And now it's time to perform the DM skip and finish this battle. Sometimes the DM skip will mess up a little bit just because I transform into limit form too early. But no, it worked out pretty well. And that's the end of the run. You'll see me put the timer up real quick so you can know all the times and stuff like that, because I do actually, after I defeat every boss, I do a lap on the stopwatch app, so you'll see the difference between each battle. So as you can see right there, 25-25 is where it ended, which is pretty good actually. My last record was actually 25-30, which isn't too much of a time gain, I would say. There was definitely a lot in this battle that could have gone a hell of a lot better. Namely Roxas and Larxene, but yeah. Also Luxord, I could have, if I had got that Luxord reaction command, it would have been a lot better. But that's basically it. Hey, it was a pretty good run. I'm definitely going to do some more runs in the future. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, I'll be doing more runs, so look forward to that, and I'll see you later.